Good morning, Web Spiders. Today is Thursday, May 31st, 2018. I can't believe it's our last day of school. So we are going to celebrate our summer birthdays. Let me look at May 1st. You know what? I think I just set the summer birthday list down. Hang on a second. I got it out so I could read it, and then I left it on the counter. So let's do the rest of our May birthdays first. Today, Sean Best in Mrs. Williams' class is having a happy birthday. So happy birthday to you, Sean. And Levi Prine from Mrs. Rector's class is having a happy birthday today. So I am going to celebrate with you guys on your birthday today. Come to the office. But I'm going to read all of our summer birthdays. So teachers, if you'll be patient, after announcements, they can come right down and get a birthday backpack charm because we've got a lot of them. In the month of June, Dodge Cooper from Mrs. McGuire's class, Devin Irish from Mrs. Honeycutt's class, Kylie Cooper from Mrs. Kinsey's class, Chris Guerra from Mrs. David's class, Grace Eaton from Mrs. Comerford's class, Liam Hoskins from Miss Machino's class, Jasmine Jasper from Mrs. David's class, Corinne Nicholas from Mrs. McGuire's class, Michael Sims from Mrs. Schott's class, Kaya Evans from Miss Lazelle's class, Mason Ashbrook from Mrs. Williams' class, Ryder Storvik from Mrs. Rector's class, Logan McCoon from Mrs. Comerford's class, Kinley Sanders from Mrs. Schott's class, Lillian Thompson from Mrs. Pate's class, Levi Williams from Mrs. Kinsey's class, Audrey George from Mrs. Taylor's class, Neville DeWeese from Mrs. Pate's class, Calissa Nevins from Miss Machino's class, Tristan Dodd from Mrs. McGuire's class, Waylon Knapp from Mrs. Pate's class, Hope Northrup from Miss Lazelle's class, and Noah Wilde from Mrs. Rector's class all have birthdays in June. So come celebrate with me today. And these are our July birthdays. JT Cowden Case from Mrs. David's class, Cordelia Phillips from Mrs. Bingham's class, Tucker Harris from Mrs. Williams' class, Lily Rader from Mrs. Bridges' class, Noah Hendershot from Mrs. Williams' class, Mitchell Herbert from Mrs. Kinsey's class, Layla Codd from Mrs. Bridges' class, Nina Jesse from Mrs. Rector's class, Parker Willis from Mrs. Honeycutt's class, Aldea McGrath from Miss Machino's class, Reagan Hunter from Mrs. McGuire's class, Clarissa Allen from Mrs. Bingham's class, Michaela Matthews from Mrs. Bartram's class, Adam Bergman from Miss Machino's class, Michael Huff from Mrs. Bartram's class, Gavin Lawson from Mrs. Pate's class, Liam Call from Mrs. Pate's class, Natalie Carter from Mrs. David's class, Victoria Sizemore from Mrs. Schott's class, Isabel Sacriston from Mrs. Comerford's class, Willow Sturgill from Mrs. Bingham's class, and Chandler Henschel from Mrs. Bridges' class all have birthdays in July. So come and celebrate with me. And then we'll do our August birthdays right up to the start of the first day of school. So Ricky Hitterbrand from Mrs. Schott's class, Callie Taylor from Mrs. Comerford's class, Kira Dunn from Miss Machino's class, Dean Genvy from Mrs. Comerford's class, and Carter Munch from Mrs. Bartram's class. That catches us all the way up to the first day of school. So if I mentioned your name for a June or July birthday or a birthday that takes place up until August 6th, come see me today for birthday backpack charm. Whew, that was quite a list, but I want to make sure that we celebrate your birthday. We do have a bucket filler, and this goes to everyone. And this is from Amara. Amara's a second grader. Thank you for giving me comfort and love. Oh, Amara, my bucket just overflowed. Comfort and love. Hopefully that's what we're giving to everybody at Webb. Hopefully that's what we're giving to each other. You know, I had a talk in a classroom yesterday, and they weren't giving comfort and love to their classmate. He was having a rough day. He wasn't making the best choices. And we all have a day sometimes that's like that. Maybe we're just kind of grumpy and we're trying really hard to keep it together and make good choices. And what we need to do, guys, is to love and care about each other and support each other. Okay? That's how we get through it, and that's how we get over it, and that's how we become better. So please be patient with your classmates if they're not having a great day, if they're not making the best choices. Remember, how you act while you're waiting shows how truly good you are at practicing patience. So let's be kind and loving to each other, not hard on each other. Okay? Okay. At this time, stand and push your chair, and we're going to have a moment of silence. Try very hard to get the flag out. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Teachers, I've got a very special announcement for you all. Right after the conclusion of announcements today, I will release the link for the video that the staff created for all of our web spiders. So teachers, you are welcome to click on that just after announcements today and show your class. Also a reminder that at 10:50 today, now it's an approximate time, and I know kindergarten you'll already be in the cafeteria, and first grade you will be too. But at 10:50 is the time when our seniors from Franklin Community High School will be walking through our hallways, and we're going to see all the spiders that we once had, and then kids that went to other elementary schools as well. But about 10:50 is that time. So video release right after announcements, senior walk at about 10:50. I think that might be about it. Practice patience, love each other. Some of you, it's the last day for you to love each other until we see each other again in August, okay? Oh, spider sightings. I'm going to be looking for you all summer long. So any web staff member that sees a web spider out and about, please get your picture with them and send it to Mrs. Bartram over the summer so that we can post it on Facebook as one of our spider sightings. We're looking for you, spiders. Okay, let's do our creed and have a thrilling Thursday, the last day of school this year. I love you all. I want you to have a very safe and wonderful summer. Okay, here we go. I am a member of the Webb family. I take pride in myself and my school. I promise to do these things every day. I will only say positive things about myself and others. I will respect and trust others. I will insist on giving my personal best. I will discuss and listen actively. I will expect and give truth and honesty. I am glad to do my part to make Webb School a place where everybody is somebody special. Be patient, be kind and loving, and make sure you're doing it right.